Hello everyone, welcome back to my class. Myself Rumana Ali. I hope you all are doing well. So let us discuss about the last sense organ, that is skin. Skin is a sense organ that helps us to sense the touch. It helps us to give the sensation of touch, and by touching we can know the different things about an object, that whether the object is hard, whether it is soft, or it is hot or cold. So by touching we can easily sense, or we can know the different things about the different objects. The skin is the largest sense organ out of all. So when we see the other sense organs like eyes, ears, nose and tongue, they are located in our head, but the skin covers the whole body. That is the reason it is termed as the largest organ. And the nerves are present in our skin. They carry the impulses to the brain. So if someone prick any part of our body, the whole body is covered by the skin, we can sense the pain. So this is because of the sense organ called skin. And in some organs, the nerves which are present, they are very sensitive. For example, the nerves which are present in the skin of our lips and in the fingertips, so they are very sensitive. So throughout the body, the receptors are present to sense the heat or cold or the other conditions. Okay, and when we take the example of blind people, then they able to study by touching. Means they use the sensation of touch to study. They use the Braille script, and that script contains some dots. So by touching that dots, they can learn the different things. So in this way, the skin is a very important sense organ that helps us to touch, or that helps in giving the sensation of touch. Okay, let us talk about the structure of skin. So when we see the structure of skin, the two parts we can see, the the epidermis part and the dermis part. So when we look at the structure of the skin, then the two parts can be seen. The upper part is called as epidermis and this part is called as dermis. In the epidermis, we can see the presence of three layers. The outer layer is called as stratum, below which a granular layer is present, and the last one is Malpighian layer. The stratum layer is a layer that contains the dead cells. So when we wash our body, the dead cells can be removed from this layer. Okay, so the stratum layer shows the presence of dead cells which can be removed, while in the granular layer some living cells are present, and next to the granular layer, in the Malpighian layer, new cells are formed. So the Malpighian layer is a layer which forms the new cells, and these new cells are transferred or shifted to the upper layer, that is to the granular layer. The new cells are passed to the granular layer, and the Malpighian layer also shows the presence of some nerves that are connected to the different parts, that are connected in order to give the sensation of touch. So in this way, these three layers forms the layer called epidermis. Now in the dermis layer, we can find the presence of some fat globules. The root of our hair follicle is also present in the dermis part. Some glands are also present like sweat gland and sebaceous gland. Sebaceous glands are also called as oil glands. So here, as we have seen that the sweat glands and the sebaceous glands are present in the dermis part of our skin, we can say that the sweat glands that are present, they secretes the sweat. Means it helps in the excreting the waste material through the skin. So the skin also acts as an accessory excretory organ. The next thing is sebaceous gland. These are the glands that secretes oil, sebum we can say. So the oil which is secreted by this gland, they nourishes or they provide nourishment to the hairs that are present. Okay, in this way the nourishment to the hair is provided by the sebum that secretes by the sebaceous gland, and the root of hair follicle is also present in the dermis part, and from which the hair arises. It emerges out of our skin, which protects us from the different climatic conditions and from other things also. The hairs are present on our skin. And as like the other organs, the skin also shows the presence of the different receptors to sense or to give the sensation of touch. So here the different receptors are present, which are named as tactile receptor, Pacinian receptors and nociceptors. Tactile receptors are the cells that helps to give the sense of touch, and the pressure can be sensed by the Pacinian receptors, and nociceptors helps us to sense the temperature. In this way, the different receptors are found in the dermis part of our skin that helps us to give the sensation of touch, pressure and temperature. So let us talk about the skin care, how we can take care of our sense organ called skin. The skin covers our whole body, and so it should be protected from the dust. Every day it is exposed to the lot of dust and the sunlight, so it needs to be protected, and there is a natural mechanism present that helps us to protect our skin. So in the skin a pigment is present which is called as melanin, and this pigment gives color to the skin. When we see the different persons, they got the different colors, different skin color. Some are white or some are black or brown in color. So this color depends upon the presence of a pigment called melanin. Melanin is responsible to impart the skin color. Okay, this pigment also helps to protect our skin by the UV radiations. We know that daily we are exposed to the sunlight, so we are protected by the UV radiations because of the presence of a pigment called melanin. The pigment melanin increases to give the protection against these UV radiations. And we have studied just before that sebaceous glands and the sweat glands are present in the dermis part of our skin. So they also helps us to protect our skin. Sebaceous glands secretes oil and they provide nourishment to our skin or to the hairs that are present, and sweat glands helps to remove or to excrete the salt and the water in the form of a sweat. So in this way the natural mechanisms are present to protect our skin, and sebaceous glands are glands that helps to moisturize the skin. But in winter or in the cold climatic conditions the skin becomes dry. It loses its moisture and becomes dry. So in such cases we need to take care of our skin by applying some moisturizers or other creams. And to keep our skin or the body clean, we need to take bath every day. And if there is any redness or itching occurring on your skin, then immediately you need to consult the doctor. So this is about the skin care, how we can take care of our skin. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे लास्ट सेंस ऑर्गन के बारे में, जो है स्किन. स्किन एक ऐसा सेंस ऑर्गन है जो हमें टच के लिए हेल्प करता है, यानी हम डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बारे में जान सकते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द सेंसेशन ऑफ टच. और ये सेंसेशन स्किन की मदद से ही हम सेंस कर पाते हैं. स्किन का जब स्ट्रक्चर देखा जाएगा तो ये दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है, एपिडर्मिस और डर्मिस. एपिडर्मिस 3 लेयर्स बताएगा. एक है स्ट्रैटम लेयर जिसमें डेड सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जो कि वॉश ऑफ हो जाते हैं जब भी हम वॉश करते हैं हमारे बॉडी को. ठीक है. ग्रैन्युलर लेयर एक ऐसा लेयर है जिसके अंदर लिविंग सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, और मैल्फिजियन लेयर एपिडर्मिस का लास्ट लेयर है जिसमें न्यू सेल्स फॉर्म्ड होते हैं, और मैल्फिजियन लेयर में नर्व्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जो सेंसेशन ऑफ टच देने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं. और डर्मिस पार्ट में फैट ग्लोब्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, स्वेट ग्लैंड, सेबेशियस ग्लैंड और रूट ऑफ हेयर फॉलिकल भी प्रेजेंट होता है. स्वेट ग्लैंड और सेबेशियस ग्लैंड बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होते हैं क्योंकि स्वेट ग्लैंड्स ऐसे ग्लैंड्स हैं जो स्वेट को सीक्रेट करते हैं. तो इसकी मदद से स्वेट हमारे बॉडी से बाहर आ जाता है, यानी जो भी वेस्ट मटेरियल है वो हमारी बॉडी से स्वेट के फॉर्म में बाहर आ जाता है. तो इससे स्किन एक एक्सेसरी एक्सक्रीटरी ऑर्गन की तरह भी एक्ट करता है. सेबेशियस ग्लैंड ऐसे ग्लैंड्स हैं जो ऑयल सीक्रेट करते हैं, यानी सीबम को सीक्रेट करते हैं, और वो ऑयल हमारे स्किन को मॉइस्चराइज करता है. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स दैट आर फाउंड इन द डर्मिस पार्ट ऑफ आवर स्किन. So let us study about the different skin diseases. The skin is associated with the different bacterial, viral and fungal infections. The viral diseases includes measles and chickenpox. These are the viral diseases that causes the blisters or the spots on our skin and that are very painful. So this is a viral infection that is associated with the skin diseases, and the fungal infections can also be seen on our skin that are named as ringworm and pellagra. In the case of ringworm, the worm is seen on the skin and we got the itching and the burning sensation on our skin. And pellagra is a fungal infection that shows the scaly skin. In the case of pellagra, we can see the scaly skin. Okay, the next is bacterial diseases. Bacterial diseases includes leprosy and leukoderma. Leukoderma is a bacterial disease which is associated with the skin, and in this disease, in this type of skin disease, the skin becomes colorless. In the case of leukoderma, the skin becomes completely colorless and the part of that infected skin becomes completely white. So this type of bacterial infection is called as leukoderma, where we loses the color of our skin. So this is about the different viral, fungal and the bacterial skin diseases. Let us have a quick recapitulation of the lesson sense organs, and in this lesson we have studied about the 5 types of sense organs that are found in the human body. The first one is eyes. Eyes are considered as very important sense organs because it helps us to see the different things. It let us to know about the world. So they are considered as very important sense organs, and when we see the internal structure of the eyes, then we can see the 3 different layers: sclerotic layer, choroid layer and retina layer. These 3 different layers are present in the internal structure of the eyes, and here we can see the parts pupil, lens and iris. So the retina is considered as the most important layer in which the 2 different types of cells are present, which acts as the receptors, and that cells are rods and cones. Rods are the receptors that helps us or that gives the vision during night time, and cones are the receptors that helps us to see the objects during daytime. And pupil is a passage through which the light enters into the eye. Through the pupil, the light reflected to the lens, and from the lens it falls on the retina. By falling the light on the retina, we can be able to see the different objects. And when we talk about the mechanism, how the eye functions, then the light passed, it is reflected by the lens, then it falls on the retina, and in the retina an inverted image is formed. Then from the retina it is converted into nerve impulses, and that nerve impulses are sent to the brain, and the brain analyzes the stimuli and it captures the image and forms the image in it. Okay, in this way the formation of an image takes place with the help of our sense organs called eyes. We have also discussed about the eye diseases and eye protection. Eye diseases includes the xerophthalmia, dry eye condition, night blindness, means the loss of vision during night time, and we have also studied about cataract and glaucoma. So these are certain diseases that we have already studied that are associated with the eyes. And eyes are the sense organs that needs to be protected. We need to protect our eyes. We should wear goggles while traveling, and we should avoid looking at the bright lights that can damage our receptors. So in this way we can protect our eyes. The next sense organ is ear. So ear is a sense organ that gives the sensation of hearing. We can be able to listen the different sounds because of the presence of a sense organ called ear. So ear shows the 3 different parts: external ear, middle ear and internal ear. External ear is called as pinna, through which the sound waves enter into the middle ear, that is in the eardrum, and when the sound reaches the eardrum, it starts vibrate. Okay, the vibration of the eardrum occurs, and because of this vibration the sound waves moves to the other parts, like moves to the different bones. We have studied malleus, incus and stapes. So when the vibration reaches to the bones, it also vibrates the bones, and then it finally reaches to the cochleae, which forms an internal ear, and this cochleae shows a nerve, and one more part is present which is called as corti. So the nerve from the corti and the cochleae nerve and the corti nerve both together forms the auditory nerve, and that nerve is sent to the brain to sense the sound, from which direction the sound is coming. We can sense because of the nerve impulses that are carried to the brain. The sound waves are received by the receptors called auditory receptors, and we should take care of this sense organ also. And usually the ear disease includes earache. Mostly the people get the earache because of the consumption of cold drinks and also because of certain climatic conditions. Okay, the next one is nose. Nose shows the 2 main parts: nostrils and nasal cavity. Nostrils are the holes through which the air enters into the nasal cavity, and nasal cavity is a cavity that is present in our nose, and in this cavity some receptors are present that helps us to sense the smell, and that receptors are called as olfactory receptors. So the nose is a sense organ that should be kept clean in order to breathe properly. Nose is not only helps us to sense, it also acts as an external respiratory organ. The next one is tongue. Tongue is a sense organ that gives us a sensation of taste, or we can be able to identify the taste of the different food items because of the presence of a muscular organ called tongue. And on the surface of the tongue we can find some taste buds that are present on the wall of a bumpy layer, which is called as papillae. So because of the different papillae present on the surface of the tongue, we can be able to identify the taste of the different food items. In this cavity, some receptors are present. So when the food enters into the cavity, that receptors identify the taste of the food and it sends the message to the brain. And the care of tongue. Tongue should be kept clean. We need to keep our tongue clean by using the tongue cleaner. Okay. The last sense organ is skin. Skin shows the two major parts, epidermis and dermis. In the epidermis, 3 layers are present, stratum, granular, and the other one is malpighian. So these 3 layers forms the epidermis, and the dermis is a part of our skin that shows the presence of all flat globules, nerves, blood vessels, and the different glands. All these things are present in the dermis part of our skin. And here the 2 types of glands are present. The first one is sweat glands and the other one is sebaceous glands. Sweat glands are the glands that secretes the sweat, and sebaceous glands are the glands that secretes the oil. And this oil nourishes the hair. So the skin is a sense organ that gives the sensation of touch. We can be able to say the different things about the object by the sensation of touch. By touching it, we can able to identify the different objects. So the skin plays a very important role in giving the sensation of touch. We need to follow certain methods to take care of our skin. Means we should take bath daily and we should not exposed to the dust particles for a longer period of time. In such a way, we can take care of our sense organ called skin. And skin diseases includes measles, chickenpox, leukoderma. These are some of the diseases that are associated with the skin. So this is about the 5 different sense organs that are present in the human body. With this, we have finished our lesson. I'll be back in the next class with a new lesson. Till then, goodbye.